Then Rettus, snatching up a blazing brand of plumwood from the altar, on the right slashes Charaxus's forehead, sheltered by his auburn hair. Caught by the ravening flame, the tresses blaze like sun-baked corn. The blood, scorched in the wound, hiss with a ghastly sound, the sound of red-hot iron, when a smith takes it in his curved tongs and plunges it into his water tank, and down it goes, hissing and sizzling, and the water's warm. Wounded, he shook away the hungry flame from his disheveled hair, and pulling up a slab, a threshold stone, he shouldered it, a wagon load, whose very weight ensured it reached no foe. Yes, one of his own side, Comates, standing near, was crushed beneath that granite block. Rettus could not contain his joy. "Well done! May all your camp today," he shouted, "prove your prowess in that way." And with the half-burnt brand he aimed again at his head wound, until with blow on blow he crushed his cranium, and the shattered skull collapsed and settled in a pool of brains. Victorious he turned on Corythus and Dryas and Euagris. One of them, young Corythus, his cheeks wore their first down, dropped. And Euagris cried, "To fell a boy, what glory do you gain?" Not a word more would Rettus let him speak, but fiercely thrust the ruddy flame into his open mouth, right down his throat. And savage Dryas too he chased, whirling the brand above his head. But not the same end this time. As he swaggered, proud of his trail of slaughter, Dryas thrust him through with a charred pointed stake where neck and shoulder join. He groaned and strained to wrench the stake from the hard bone, and fled away, soaked in his own red blood. Orneus fled, and Lysibas and Medon, with a gash in his right shoulder, Thaumas and Pisanor, and Murmeros, whose speed of foot till then surpassed them all, but now slowed by a wound. And Melanius and Phobus and Abas, the boar hunter, and Astylos the seer, whose warnings failed to keep his friends from war. He'd said to Nessus too, who feared a wound, "No need to run, you'll be kept safe to serve the bow of Hercules." But Lycidas, Arios, Imbrius, and Eurynomus, death overtook them. Dryas's right arm felled all of them as they faced him. Facing him, Crenius too was wounded, though he turned his back in flight. For looking round, he took the weighty steel between his eyes, just where nose finds its way to forehead. In that din, Aphytus lay with every vein relaxed in endless sleep, unwoken, undisturbed, sprawled on a shaggy bearskin from Mount Ossa, his wine-filled cup in his unconscious hand, out of the fight. In vain. Observing him lying apart there, Phorbus fingered firm his lance's thong. "You'd better mix," he cried, "your wine with Styx's water." There and then he hurled his lance, and through Aphytus's neck, as he lay sprawled face up, the iron-tipped ash drove deep. Death came unfelt. Over the couch, into the cup, blood gushed from his full throat. I saw Petrius trying to uproot an acorn-laden oak, and as his arms embraced it, and he forced it to and fro, rocking its tottering trunk, Pirithous, hurling a lance that pierced Petrius's ribs, pinned fast his writhing chest to the tough wood. The prowess of Pirithous, men say, laid Lycus low, laid Chromis low, but each gave less distinction to the victor than Dictys and Helops. Helops was transfixed by a lance that struck his forehead from the right and pierced to his left ear. Dictys, in flight before the onslaught of Ixion's son, slipped on a mountain precipice and fell headlong. His weight broke a huge mountain ash, whose splintered spike impaled him in his groin.